I don't know if you guys can see this, but you can't see that. But if you can, or if you can't, it's a picture of the knockdown when Marquez knocked Manny on his ass for the first legit knockdown against Manny in North America. And if you thought that was a fluke, Marquez fucking proved it wasn't in the 6th round. He proved that wasn't a fluke shot, and the steroids that he's been taking under Angel Heredia are really paying off. So,
you really want to go with this shit. You really want to ride with it.
Yeah. Breakdown of the knockout. It was a good fight. Manny was up by a point on my card.
Mine as well.
And he was doing some damage to Marquez in the 6th round. He was popping him in the face. Marquez had blood.
No, I want to say that was the 5th.
Oh, well.
The 5th, and then he got knocked down in the 6th. Knocked out in the 6th.
No, but Manny was winning the 6th.
Yes, he was winning. Yes, he was winning the 6th, and then Marquez barely made it out of the 5th.
Yeah.
And just the ass whipping continued on to the 6th round, and then we all know what happened. So
you've seen it probably 20 times by now. So there's not much to say about the the breakdown of the knockout, but just damn, how surprising was that? It was unbelievable. Like, you have to think back. I can't recall being that surprised. I'd have to go back to Roy Jones to Antonio Tarver, and even that moment may not be as big as this one was.
I think the last time I can go back to that was Mayweather Mosley in the 2nd round when Mosley hit Mayweather. Not nearly the same effect as far as the knockouts, but just the surprise moment.
It was a jump out of your seat moment.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was pretty wild. Nobody expected that. I think I know we all expected a 12-round decision. I still expected Marquez to win. I thought this was his night to shine.
Boy, did he shine.
Think he was going to fucking put rockets in his feet and blast him in the 2nd round like he did.
Yeah.
But
that's the steroids. Let me talk to you guys a minute about those steroids. Listen. What, man?
Go ahead.
Listen. Marquez is on steroids. Okay? Take a look at the evidence. Kevin Io wrote a great article. You can probably Google it and find it still, where he talks about various people in the boxing community that are suspicious that Marquez is on steroids. Number one, the body transformation. If you compare the before picture of when he weighed 144 pounds when he fought Floyd, and then when he weighed 144 pounds when he fought Manny this time around, you have a flabby Marquez and a diesel ripped to shreds
chiseled
Marquez.
godlike.
Yeah. And it just come on now. How'd that happen?
I don't
hard work. Okay, fine, whatever. But he does have a Balco chemist in his camp, and the fact that he wasn't able to knock down Manny, nevertheless knock him out in the previous 36 rounds that they fought, he was not able to take Manny off his feet until he got a known steroid cheat in his corner. Okay? Once this steroid cheat got in this corner, all of a sudden, Marquez is able to knock Manny down. And we're talking one-hitter quitters here, okay? When has Marquez ever had one-hitter quitter power? I'll tell you when he hired the fucking Balco chemist cheat, Angel Heredia. Now all of a sudden, Marquez is knocking Manny off his feet. Like, in the first knockdown, it wasn't like, you don't typically see guys launch backwards off their feet. Like, they just kind of fall on their ass and they kind of catch themselves in the back. He blasted him, and Manny flew back like this and landed
rockets
flat on his back. Like, come on now. Ain't nobody in the game doing that unless your name is Randall Bailey. But Marquez suddenly has that power, and he's able to knock people ice cold.
Look, man, I don't know, but I'm just saying this.
And one last point, the drug test, I think they came back today or yesterday. They came back clean, but it was US ADA testing, and they don't test blood, okay? If you did take EPO, which allows your body to take in more oxygen, therefore you have greater Like if you're lifting, typically boxers don't lift weights, but Marquez was lifting weights this camp. I've fucking done my research here. Marquez was lifting weights, and according to people that went to camp, he was lifting major weight, major poundage, and people were thinking, damn, how can he recover from such a workout? Well, if you're taking EPO, you can recover from, you know, lifting major weight in like 24 hours. You know?
Yeah, so, I mean, USADA is pretty much a bullshit, I'm going to say a bullshit drug testing, pretty much a farce just for the sake of...
saying you drug tested.
Yeah, basically. For the sake of saying you drug tested. Yeah. And if you get caught in that shit, then you're fucking dumb. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, yeah. It can't be ignored. It's highly suspicious, but I kind of figured it was a man who pretty much trained for a year, and who didn't have to really worry about necessarily draining weight, but just adding more bulk to himself, and going up against a guy who's kind of already has one foot out the door, and that's just kind of how I looked at it. But I don't think anybody's really necessarily doubting the first knockdown. I think it was the second knockdown that really raised eyebrows. Like, okay, what the fuck is really going on? I think a lot of people could have accepted the first knockdown, but not when fucking Manny Pacquiao turns into a cartoon when they just come from fucking ash from the feet up and just fucking gets dusted off like he did in the 6th round. I mean, that's just...
Yeah, and that's just highly suspicious. Manny has a great chin, never been knocked out in North America, and the only guy
I have seen Marquez hit him better.
Yeah.
With more flush shots.
Yeah.
I have.
Even in the second fight, he caught him, and Manny just stumbled a little bit. But Manny has one of the best chins in boxing, okay? Never been knocked down in North America, right? The only time he gets knocked down, he gets knocked down twice, okay? The only time he gets knocked down is after the guy on the other side hires a known cheater. Come on.
Well,
you got the body transformation, the sudden increase in power. People going to camp talking about Marquez is lifting crazy amounts of weights and he's showing up the next day and doing it all over again. Where's the soreness from the previous day's workout in the recovery periods? You have no recovery periods if you have EPO. EPO's out your system in 24 hours. He is cheating.
Let's talk about the 5th fight real quick. If there's a possible 5th fight. It's important because I think Marquez has to beat Pacquiao pretty much in the same fashion, again, to not be shown with drug testing, valid drug testing, to show that he wasn't cheating. Because it was suspectable that Margarito had raps in his hands against Cotto, and then when Cotto beat him last year in December 2011, it's more like solidifying that, okay, he probably did
cheated, yeah.
So now Marquez really has to show with the 5th fight and with drug testing, if they're going to go that route, in pretty much the same fashion. Because even if he won with the decision, it's like, okay, you did drug testing, where was the power all of a sudden?
Right.
So
if he don't show up, we're pretty sure this is going to happen in September. At Houston, or what's that? Cowboy Stadium,
Dallas.
If he doesn't show up to Dallas with that one-hitter quitter power and he loses, people are gonna think about that 4th fight in a whole different light.
They will.
Especially what they're doing with that. If they're doing that random blood testing, and he can't get away with injecting EPO then.
No.
So we'll see what happens.
Really interesting moment. Really interesting moment.
Really interesting moment in boxing.
We will keep tuned. We will keep in touch on this one. We will be watching this one closely. Hopefully, according to Bob Arum, they're going to go straight to fighting. Who knows if that's true or not? Either June or September. Likely September. So let's pray there's a 5th fight. It's pretty good.
There's too much money on the line not to be a 5th fight.
Pretty much.
Marquez is about to retire. Manny's about to retire. We both know they want that last payday. Marquez they say early numbers are saying he's going to get at least $10 million. That's not a bad way to go out. $10 million.
And if you sold out the MGM Grand, the fifth fight would sell it out even quicker. So why not put it in Dallas?
This fight sell it out Dallas Stadium for sure,
and put 40,000-50,000 people in there. So
hopefully I'm one of them.
I am Kirby. This is Brandon. This is our take on the Pacquiao-Marquez IV / Marquez drug scandal in his
drug scandal
in his eyes.